Hi everyone, we're going to be looking at a word problem with exponentials. So let's just get started. It says, suppose that the dollar value v of t of a certain car that is t years old is given by the following exponential function. So we want to find a few things here. So the first thing is we want to find the initial value of the car. So if you recall from your notes, the general form, the most basic form of an exponential function looks something like this. And if you recall, your a value is what we call our initial value, and the b value is what we call our growth or decay rates, depending on the value of that. So, growth or decay. Alright, so if we're looking at this equation right here, we can see that this 24,500 is my A value, that's my initial value of the car, so that means the value of the car when it first was bought is 24,500. Alright, so now does this function represent growth or decay? Well, in this case, that's where you look at the B value. So if the B value is greater than 1, it's growth, and if it's a number between 0 and 1, then it's decay. So because this is greater than 1, we're going to say this is a growth function. So that means over time the value of the car increases. Which is kind of interesting because usually the value of a car decreases over time. It usually depreciates. So maybe this is kind of like a vintage car or something. And then part C, it says, by what percent does the value of the car change each year? So here's the thing, the B value is greater than 1. So if we were to subtract 1, that tells us the change, right? And so typically when we talk about change, as in the question states, we usually talk about percent. And so if I want to change this to a percent, you're going to multiply by 100. And so that gives us 12%. So it changes, the value of the car changes 12% each year.